Good evening and welcome to State of Business, our television's primetime news bulletin. I'm Madhusha Thavapalakumar. Let's take a look at the headlines first. New Inland Revenue Commissioner targets a tax collection of 1 trillion rupees by 2019. And Minister highlights issues in local labour markets. Now the story is in detail. New Commissioner General of the Inland Revenue Department, Ivan Dissanayake, says his department will be able to reach the 1 trillion rupee revenue target by 2019. Addressing the media, Dissanayake said recently implemented revenue administration and management information system will be utilized to achieve the target. The newly appointed Commissioner General of the Inland Revenue Department assumed duties this morning. He said his main aim is to improve the tax revenue of the country without further burdening the existing taxpayers. Dissanayake said he has already presented his roadmap to the authorities, highlighting the mechanism to improve the country's tax collection. In 2016, Inland Revenue Department contributed 629 billion rupees to the Treasury.
We are interfacing more than 30 agencies from which we'll get some good information from them, and from that, by using that information, we'll be able to expand our database. By expanding the database, we can get more files to the department, and we supposed to we are having another contribution from the direct tax to the indirect tax is 20% and 80%. We want to minimize the gap, and we want to collect from the direct tax 40% and the indirect tax 60%.
The strike launched by the Joint Postal Unions Forum ended this morning after they were given a written assurance by the subcommittee which was appointed to address the issues raised by the striking employees. The postal workers began their token strike from midnight of Monday based on 3 demands. The 3 days of strike hampered the postal work within the entire country. Workers said close to 1 million mails have piled up at sub-post offices and Central Mail Exchange in Colombo.
නිලධාරීන් සමග ඇති කරගත් එකඟතාවයන් තම සුබවාදී තත්ත්වයක තිබුණ නිසා සති දෙකක් තුළ මේ එකඟතාවයන් අනුව ඒ වාර්තාව වුන්ගේ කැබිනට් වෙත ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමටත් නියමිත නිසා අපෙන් ඉල්ලීමක් කරා මේ වැඩ වර්ජනය නතර කරන්නට කියලා. සති දෙකක් තුළ ඒ අදාළ විසඳුම් අපිට නොලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. නැවත දින 14කට පස්සේ නැවතත් ඒ වැඩ වර්ජනය ආරම්භ කරනවා කියලා.
The Minister of Skills Development and Vocational Training, Chandima Veerakodi, says the country is experiencing a shortage of labourers for labour-extensive industries. The minister also said that the country needs to find ways and means to increase the labour force participation to reduce mismatches in the labour market. He made these comments addressing the 6th edition of the World Construction Symposium 2017, which began in Colombo today. The symposium was jointly organized by the Ceylon Institute of Builders and the Department of Building Economics of the Moratuwa University. This year, the symposium is held under the theme, What's New and What's Next in the Built Environment Sustainable Agenda. The main objective of the symposium is to offer a special platform for researchers and practitioners in the sphere of sustainable construction. Over 100 foreign delegates and 200 local delegates are attending the symposium.
As I see, whether you are an engineer or a carpenter, you're a part of building profession. You have to bring in professionalism not from top to bottom, but bottom to top. It is only then the issue that everyone is talking about can be resolved. In this country, the ratio of engineers to technical staff is, as I believe, it's 1 to 4. Should be 1 to 4, but we have more engineers and less technical staff. And when you go further down, we have to rely on Indian labourers. We have to rely on Myanmar, labourers from Myanmar, from Bangladesh. But people take to streets demanding for jobs. Not just ordinary people, the graduates. Politicians protest against entering into agreements with India. But the Indian labourers are here. Our workforce is just at home.
See you after this break. Welcome back. The board of the Watervilla Plantations has resolved to separate its tea business and set up a new company which will be later listed on the Colombo Stock Exchange. In a stock exchange filing, the company said it will segregate its operational assets and liabilities relating to the tea business from other assets and liabilities. All the employees involved in the tea business will be transferred to the new company, the statement said. The company also said the segregation will be effected in terms of an agreement to be approved by court under Section 257 of the Companies Act No. 7 of 2007. The Lankan Angel Network along with Venture Engine is hosting the Asian Business Angel Forum 2017 for the first time in Sri Lanka. The conference will be held in October this year under the theme Cross-Border Investing in Startups.
The Asian Business Angel Forum is Asia's only investor conference that brings together angel investors, high net worth investors, venture capitalists and other key stakeholders on one platform to focus on global startup trends. This year's conference is expected to attract over 250 globally acclaimed investors.
In Sri Lanka for the first time, we are here to recognise and support the work of the Lankan Angel Network and the broader community desire to high-growth venture community in Sri Lanka for the development of the broader economy. We back is that this is grassroots. This is happening because it's good business and for no other reason. It drives connections, it drives jobs, it drives opportunity, and it shares and distributes the wealth amongst a broader segment of the community than other business and investment activities.
Sri Lankan entrepreneurs will be able to get access to investments, expertise and direct mentorship from some of Asia's most prominent investors at this event.
We'd like to discuss how to regionalize and globalize our startups, both in terms of accessing funding and accessing markets. We like to keep each other current on startup and investing trends. This benefits particularly those countries which may be slightly further behind in the startup life cycle. And finally, it is an opportunity to learn about each country's ecosystem and opportunities for investing.
So Venture Engine was basically created as a platform to bring in investors and entrepreneurs to that platform where the entrepreneurs get seed funding and mentoring and take their business to the next level. Last year also we had a milestone where we had funded up to 1 billion rupees and we had 20 startups.
Let's take a look at stocks after this break. Welcome back. Trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange ended in a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 44.54 points to close at 6,747.07, and the S&P SL 20 index gained 30.28 points to close the session at 3,933.51. The turnover was 1.2 billion rupees and 35.9 million shares were traded. Next is Forex rates. Now we have dealing room update for the week.
The Sri Lankan rupee ended weaker on Thursday due to dollar demand from importers and as an expected rise in imports pressured the local currency. The spot rupee, which has been trading the 8th straight session after being inactive for 6 weeks, ended at 153.50 to 153.60 per dollar, slightly weaker from Wednesday's close of 153.40 to 153.50. On the international arena, the Australian dollar soared to a more 3-month peak on Friday and was set for its best weekly performance. The Australian dollar soared to a high of 0.7712, a level last seen on 21st of March. Sterling climbed close to 1.30 pounds on Thursday, hitting its highest since before Britain's parliamentary election as investors brought forward their expectations for when the Bank of England would begin to tighten monetary policy. At this week's T-bill auction, all 3 maturities stubbornly held their positions without changing, the 3 months staying at 9.60% and the 6 months remain at 10.29, while the 1 year remained at 10.47. The interbank overnight core money rates was at 8.70% to 8.75%, repo rates hovering around 8.65% to 8.70%. The market liquidity as of Thursday was at a deficit of 40.311 billion. The local bond market was quite active on trading, with the liquid 9-year maturity on the 1st of August 2026 trading at 11.42 to 11.48.
With that, we wrap up State of Business for the week. Join us tomorrow with Biz Roundup at 7 p.m. Until then, take care. Good night.